Alright. Y'all ready to hear a story that contains fire, drama, two individuals, and a mystery? Stay tuned. All jokes aside though, let's get into it. So, this story is on a night a long time ago. I don't remember when, I don't remember the date. However, it was nighttime. I was in college, first year, freshman, do what I want, no parents around. I get crazy, um, all that good stuff. And one day, I had this friend, her name, for this video's sake, her name's Mandy. And Mandy liked to party. I wasn't much of a partier, but for her, I went because I didn't want her to go by herself. Um, so on this night particularly, she wanted to go to a bonfire. I'd never been to a bonfire. I knew it was just a big fire. I guess I have because camping, bonfire, but I never been to a bonfire party. Let me clarify. And, I was already kind of like, gave a little sigh like, I don't really want to go. I was very much an introvert at the time, still am, but very much back then. I didn't care to go, but again, I went because she asked me. If anybody else asked me, I would have told them. I would have made up some excuse, like I had homework or something. But I didn't want to go, even though that probably wouldn't have worked because it was the weekend. So, but anyway, I didn't want to go, but I told her I would. So I get dressed, begrudgingly, like, let me throw on some clothes and let me throw on some shoes, F life basically, because I didn't want to go. Thought it was a waste of time, but got dressed, my shoes on, met her outside. It was like 11:30, almost 12 o'clock. I'm out here like, where the car? Like, how we gonna get there? Like, she drove, so I was like, where the car at? But she was like, oh, I realized it was a 2 minute car ride. I ain't wanna, blah blah blah. So of course, I didn't mind. I'm all for it. College, no parents around, getting crazy. So I'm like, let's walk. No, she was like, let's walk. Because it's like, I think it was like between an 8 to 15-minute walk. So we walk. And right now it's like 12 o'clock. Dark as I don't know what. And we walk in a street that had no street lights, a whole bunch of trees. So it was really dark. Like, you can't even see them if you put your hand in front of you, kind of dark. Like, what am I doing? Like, what are we doing? But again, we college freshmen going crazy. So we walk halfway. We get like halfway there. Mandy looks at her phone and she's like, bruh, we still got like 7 minutes left, 8 minutes left. And by that time, it was like 12:10, 12:15. So I don't know if it was walking slow. We went the wrong way. I don't know. It was dark. I couldn't even see the road. But so she gets the great idea. Like, hey, just some guy. Let's go. Let's run. Let's run a 10K uh, to this bonfire. Run the race basically. So I'm like, I wasn't like anywhere athletic at the time. No muscle in sight. Fat. Not really fat, but had a lot more fat on my body than muscle. So I wasn't trying to run. Because, like, why? I'm not that pressed to get there. But of course, I was like, college, going crazy. So was walking. And then we started running. So we ran. And it was horrible because we couldn't even see the road. So we couldn't even see what's in front of us. We had our phone lights on, but that didn't really do anything because we was running. I couldn't pay attention. So I fell in a hole, a ditch, a random ditch. Um, Man, busting my pants. I was mad because I love those pants. I wore those pants every day, basically. Not really, but basically every day. The only jeans I wanted to wear. They had holes in them, so I just thought they were so cool. Like, oh, I'm a bad boy, whatever. Um, so it made one of the holes a lot bigger. And I was at that point. I was like, I don't even want to go. Like, I hate this. This sucks. Why are we running like idiots? But of course, I didn't say that, and I pressed on because I'm a good person. Um, Even though I should have had the hindsight of being like, yo, why are we walking in or running in the darkness? Um, but of course, college, crazy life. I didn't think that. So these people pulled up, random people. They was going to a bonfire too, so they let us ride. Red flag number one. No, red flag number three. The first red flag was walking in the middle of the night. Second red flag was running in the middle of the night when we couldn't even see. And third red flag was hopping in a stranger's car. But we did it because I wasn't thinking. We just were like, party time. We got in and nothing happened. We was all cooling, blah, blah, blah. We get there, they drop us off. They going to, so they hop out. Nothing too crazy. So we get there. It's kind of lame. I ain't gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, there's playing country music now. We was at the school that was majority like country, outback. I love the outdoors kind of type. Uh, so they was playing country music. There was a lot of a certain there was a majority of a certain race there. And I was just like, okay, blah, blah, blah. We see what happens. We get there. Tell me why these people, everybody was drunk. Everybody was either drunk or high. And some guys had the bright idea to jump over the fire. This big old fire in the middle of Timbuktu. I don't know where we were because it was dark. And they was like, oh yeah, let's jump. Let's do some parkour over it. And there was like 10 guys lined up, just jumping one after another. And I'm just like, okay, like, are y'all on crack? But that's how they was acting. And my friend looked at me and was like, you want to do that? And I'm like, heck no. Like, again, I'm not athletic. I have more fat on my body than anything else. Like, what do I look like jumping over a fire? Like, I was dumb. We was acting dumb that night, but I wasn't that dumb. I'm pretty sure I would have lost my life if I tried to jump over that fire. But anyway, this comes around 2 o'clock. We leave because nothing truly happens. We just be dancing. That's how I dance, Little shake, shake. Let me get up. A little low. Nothing too crazy. Just a little, maybe a little head bob here and there. Head nod, like, yeah, but not too crazy. I think we all know the type of dances college students do. And, I didn't have the confidence at that point in time to do that. So I was just being stupid, trying to enjoy myself. Because, again, I secretly wanted to go home. I hated every part of that night. But I was trying to be a good sport for my friends. So I was just like, yeah. But, anyway, 2 o'clock comes. Friend is like, I'm ready to go. But, of course, it's like 2 a.m. So it's like, are we really going to run back? I don't even know how we got like halfway here because we rode the rest of the way with somebody. So we don't even know how we got here, technically. So, and you thought we couldn't see nothing at 12 a.m. We really couldn't see nothing at 2 a.m. But So there was this boy. Not gonna say his name either, but he was a wannabe gangster type. You know, had his pants sag, had shirt with the graphic tee, like, yeah, I'm cool, blah blah blah. Um, y'all can imagine what a wannabe gangster type look like. Um, Earring on his. Yeah, I ain't like this guy whatsoever. And I let Mandy know that I did not care for this guy whatsoever. But he was like, "Oh, come with us," because it was him, a girl, another girl, and a guy, I think. Um, so he was like, just call him dude. So dude was like, come with us, and Mandy was like, okay. So of course I'm like, what are you doing? Because at that point I'm like, all right, I don't know these people. You better get into the car with. You only know one of them, and you better get into the car. So of course I tag along because the one I want to go back home. So I was like, all right, let me get in there with them because I'm not gonna be caught dead running by myself trying to get back home in a complete darkness. Um, so for all I know, I could have fell in that hole again, ripped my pants some more. But so I get in the car with them, and this thing kind of gets weird. So we get in the car. They don't kiss or anything, but the passenger lady, she looks back like, where y'all trying to go? And I'm like, what you mean? Where are we trying to go? Nowhere are we trying to go. So, because Mandy had mentioned, like, oh, I'm trying to go back. And she knew how much I wanted to go back. So she was like, oh, we're trying to go back. So I'm just like, what do you mean, where are we trying to go? So, blah, blah, blah. We get in the car, start driving. Nothing happens. Mandy's sitting on the wannabe thug's lap, I think. I'm not too sure. But I think she was. I was just like, I don't like that guy. But, I wasn't going to make a scene. So I just was like, all right, whatever. So, blah, blah, blah. We get home. After that awkward car ride, we talk, me and Mandy talking for a little bit. Then go back to my room, we go sleep. However, the next day, me and Mandy, we get together in the morning, we're talking, and she was like, you know that lady we was riding with? And I was like, yeah, what about it? Or she was like, you remember that lady we was riding with? And I was like, yeah, what about it? And Mandy looked at me and said, she was on the wanted list. The wanted list. And I was like, for what? And she said, for doing illegal stuff, illegal crimes. And I was like, what? I kind of did like a frozen double take. Because I'm just like, what? You tell me we was in the car with a criminal? And she was like, yeah. And I'm just like, okay. Mandy, that could have ended a lot worse. Honestly, with how stupid we was acting, it should have ended a lot worse. So, thankfully I'm here. the idiots we were back in my freshman year of college. I was 17, 18 maybe at the time. So yeah, I was pretty foolish. But yeah, that was it. That was the story. Like I said, I'm gonna do a mental health. Just kind of wanted to come on here, give you a no script, me, down to earth kind of story. Cause I guess y'all can learn, like, don't make idiot mistakes. Like, really analyze your environment, especially today. In today's economy, we would have been dead. In today's world, we would have died. But luckily, I'm here. Glad to be on YouTube, telling you guys about my story. Thanks for listening. This is your boy, just some guy, signing off.